your world leaders in their ridiculously expensive private airplanes. World leaders are expected to get to a place as quickly as possible and in a short period of time. As rulers and decision makers of the society, best believe they are always on the go. Whether they need to make a media appearance, go to a meeting with another leader, or scout their own country. With them basically living on airplanes, it is important to have their necessities met, still while accomplishing their duties. Throughout this video, we will be looking at what it's like to be living on air. Come join us as we talk about the most expensive private airplanes owned by our leaders. This is LuxCove. Before jumping into this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content, and turn on notifications. Now let's hop in. The 1L-96300 is Vladimir Putin's $550 million presidential airplane. Russia's world leader says this aircraft is a dream come true. The plane serves him not only as transportation, but a mobile office as well. Putin's flying office has an advanced communication center where you can contact anyone, anytime. This is a treat, especially when you're thousands of feet above the ground. The neoclassical-inspired interior has Russian tapestries that hang from the wall and rugs surrounding the chairs that are all lined in gold. It also has a wide conference room, a dining room, a personal bath, and the leader's favorite, a gold-plated toilet. United Kingdom's Prime Minister goes about his day traveling in the RAF Voyager, used as a refueling jet, and is said to cost about $12.9 million. The model is said to be a refurbished Voyager and is called the Airbus A330. The Airbus A330 includes business seats for officials and guests to use while discussing important matters on flight. Not only has the aircraft flown Prime Minister Boris Johnson from point A to point B, but it has also serviced the royal family as well. Boris Johnson had the airplane repainted red, white, and blue to represent the UK flag and country as a whole. The interiors were actually kept a secret for private reasons, and we can only imagine how it really looks inside, though it's quite easy to presume that it really is fit for a queen. This world leader may not have a personal private jet, but it doesn't mean that the General Secretary of China, Xi Jinping, is not pampered. He flies around in a Boeing 747-400, one of the private planes that belongs to Air China. This plane amounts to a total of $500 million. What makes this aircraft impressive is it is also used for commercial passenger travel. As soon as the general is called out to fly to another country, each of the airplanes are examined carefully before he gets to depart. Once the aircraft is examined carefully by his security and the passenger seats are removed, replaced with his office furniture and necessities, he is ready to go. The whole process of keeping the aircraft at its best condition to fly takes about a few weeks. Unfortunately, just like any other world leader aircraft, Air China has kept their interiors a secret from the public, leaving us with only our imaginations. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un didn't make his first international flight until 2018, despite having been the leader in 2011. He met China's Xi Jinping during his trip using an IL-62 that he even nicknamed after the country's national bird, the Shanmei-1. The plane exudes a minimalist style from the outside, with North Korea's star of the flag painted on the top of the tail of the plane. Shanmei stays different from the rest because it was designed in 1963, making it the oldest plane in this category. Though Shanmei-1 does not fly all around the world non-stop like the rest of the private aircrafts, it can still fly for about 10,000 kilometers per hour. The interiors of this plane have also been refurbished, replaced with a more modern look, now making it seem like it wasn't built years ago. One particular perk that the 37-year-old loves is that you can smoke on board. When we talk about riches, no one comes close to the royal family of Saudi Arabia. The royal family has a total asset of over $1 trillion. While the family has a whole fleet of planes to choose from, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia's favorite is his Boeing 747. The Crown Prince bought the private aircraft for $485 million in 2003. This is probably nothing for one of the wealthiest members of the family. He had the whole aircraft remodeled into his own standard because the original design definitely did not fit his taste. Contrary to other world leaders who use their aircrafts for business and meetings, the Boeing 747 is more like a house in the sky for the prince. He has all the basic amenities inside this aircraft, including multiple choices for a bedroom, a full bathroom, a large chandelier, and of course, a dining table for all exclusive 14 guests. This prince is also taking his position into a whole new level by putting a throne room in his aircraft to always remind him that he is of royal blood. HASSANAL BOLKIAH, the Sultan of Brunei, is one of the wealthiest monarchs to ever rule the world. His riches that come from oil paved his way into having a fleet of aircraft, but his biggest plane is the Boeing 747-430 that he had paid for $100 million just to buy the model and added another whopping $120 million just to customize the plane according to his liking. The Sultan's favorite aircraft looks more like a 5-star suite than a personal airplane. The bedrooms are lined with gold, the sink is plated gold, and the bathrooms are marbled with Lalique crystals. You can bet the hallways are lined with classic golden rails as well and are fully carpeted. Most of the furniture has a tint of color aqua blue that is able to match the royal colors. It is not surprising to see the Sultan flying his own luxury plane, for he is also a licensed pilot. Angela Merkel, Germany's very own, had to fly commercial class because of mechanical issues that happened on her private plane in 2018. An aircraft originally known as S350-900XWB, better known as Merkel 1, was delivered to her in 2020. It comes with a more efficient Rolls-Royce Trent XWB that delivers better fuel burn while leaving behind a smaller carbon footprint than its previous models. It can fly into any location non-stop and speeds up to 9,000 nautical miles. Since it was built in 2020, many of its cabin amenities were built in with the safety and privacy of the passenger in mind to prevent the escalating cases of the virus. The plans to have a specific room for holding meetings with delegates and diplomats are already being made into action. The Indian Prime Minister's transportation of choice is the Queen of the Skies, also known as the Boeing 747. The aircraft is pretty popular with the royalists, which makes it less and less usable by the public. The head of the state can use the Boeing 747 anytime, even though it is a part of Air India's airports. Like any other official, the Prime Minister's security will have the aircraft inspected from top to bottom. The sign also becomes Air India 1 when the Prime Minister is on board to indicate the royalty as a passenger. The interior design of this private plane is kept secret, but it was seen to have multiple defense systems, including a radar jammer and missile countermeasure systems. One cool part about this aircraft is that enthusiasts can track the jet because its registration has been made public as VTESO. Mexico. In 2020, Mexico's VIP presidential plane has just been launched in the market, which is quite a peculiar event. The price for Boeing 737 Dreamliner starts at over $130 million, is purposely for assisting government meetings and private operations. Its interior is outfitted accordingly with conference tables styled inside, making the members, guests, and even the media feel comfortable as they travel on air. Despite having resembled a commercial airline, you can tell that this is a far more luxurious plane just by looking at the seats. This makes the aircraft look like every aisle is first class. Of course, let's not forget about the private presidential suite that leaders have to have. The bed is typically wider than a normal king-size bed, and the kitchen displays beautiful marble tops. Freshening up is an essential part of a leader's routine, which is why this Boeing 737 comes with a full, tall shower. But why do you think the Mexican government put the exclusive plane up for sale? Apparently, the president of Mexico prefers flying on commercial planes to reduce government spendings. Well, there you have it. Some of the world's most powerful rulers and some of the most expensive air vehicles to ever be made. Which one of these planes are your favorite? Have you ever tried flying in something as close and luxurious as these? Tell us your thoughts and leave a comment down below. Once again, this is Lux Cove. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in our next installment.